Welcome everyone to High Valley.
And on that note, a moment for today's stunning location. So a big thank you to Kendall's parents for opening up their property for today. We could not be in a more stunning setting. It's 2018 and Nick is at a Swans game with his mates John, Zach and Dan, sharing news that he's matched with a pretty hot girl who he's going on a date with tomorrow. Tomorrow being Sunday, of course, because in Killer's wise words, you'd never want to risk ruining a Saturday night. It's now the big day at Hotel Palisade. Nick is at the bar and in walks Kendall, as Nick still remembers, in a denim skirt and fluffy bomber jacket. Pleasantly surprised he hadn't been catfished this time. Kendall was the real-life vision of her Bumble profile picture. Kendall was looking so cute that night, she nearly ended up taking home the bartender. Not really, but as they sat at the bar and one drink turned into 8, Nick was impressed with her level of chat, but she was also swept up in Nick. Upon leaving, they fondly remember walking to Walsh Bay, where they watched the night sky over Sydney Harbour and shared their first kiss next to a late-night fisherman looking to land his last catch. Onwards and upwards, life only got better. Their firstborn Banjo arrived. They quit their jobs and spent the better part of last year travelling. Just the two of them, it really was the best year ever. And it's also the reason we're all here today, because Nick put a ring on it.
As they embarked on their 5-month-long international adventure, I'm sure the thought had crossed many of your minds as to when Nick might pop the question. I was lucky enough to get insider knowledge of this proposal plan. When we met up in Greece at the end of their holiday, I will never forget seeing Nick slip and fall down a set of 5 very slippery stairs onto his back. And as he was midair, I thought to myself, there goes Kendall's future husband. It looks like he was taking a catch in the 3rd slip for Australia at the Cricket World Cup, let me tell you. As we all departed Mykonos together, with Nick back from the hospital with his fractured rib and elbow injury, I wondered if the proposal would still go ahead. But true to his word, we got a FaceTime from Kenny with the exciting news a few days later that Nick had played through injury and still had the courage to lock down the best woman in the world.
We always like to joke about how different those two people were that went on that date at Hotel Palisades nearly 6 years ago. But let's face it, that can really only be said for one of us. Kendall, you are still that same confident, intelligent, witty, at times incredibly stubborn, yet wise beyond your years woman that strolled into that bar all those years ago.
As with all weddings, today we are not simply celebrating the joining of these two people in marriage, but we are also celebrating the merging of their families, their backgrounds and their cultures in this one big, beautiful bush bash.
Nick. Hi. It's not going to go well. You look so handsome.
Cheers, thank you.
Okay. I'm honestly just really excited and happy to be here with you on our wedding day.
So, of course, Kendall's Mr. Right had to be a pretty special guy. And cue Nick.
Nick, the firstborn, hit the jackpot.
As a young fellow, he very earnestly told us that when he grew up, he wanted to be a hot dog maker or an artist. Hot dog making hasn't seemed to work out for him yet, but if by artist he meant singer and dancer, then yes, he has 100% achieved this goal.
I first met Killer in Year 7 when we were placed in the same set of classes at school. We've travelled together all through Europe and North America. We've had more fun nights than I can count. We've grown up together, and as of today, we've been each other's best man as we marry the love of our life.
Today we've witnessed Nick bowl his finest over, a maiden. And it will be the best over he ever bowls, because that maiden is the love of his life, Kendall.
Nick, after all these years, you threatened that you're going to marry my daughter. Not only has he been threatening in marrying my daughter, he's been threatening to beat me in tennis, pickleball, ping pong, chess, or any other sport that he could find. He hasn't done it yet.
Anyone here would know that Nick loves to shout out personal information at parties. At Dad's poker night one year, it was, "We're moving in together!" At a few parties now, it's been, "I'm horny for Kendall!" So to finish off my speech for tonight, I'd like to take a leaf out of Nick's book, and you may hear me shout out randomly and repeatedly all night long, "Nick's my brother-in-law!" So cheers to Kendall and Nick.
From the moment we first met, I knew there was something special about you. You're not only handsome, passionate, intelligent, hilarious, but you also have many layers that continue to surprise and delight me. This time of year has always seemed to hold a special significance for us as a couple. 6 years ago, we first met. 4 years ago, we weathered our first COVID lockdown together. 3 years ago, I was recovering from a challenging time in hospital. A year ago, we embarked on our incredible 5-month overseas adventure. And today, we're getting married. But it's not just the tough times that make me love you. I love how you wake me up in the middle of the night just to tell me you love me. You sing songs and replace a keyword with my name to make the song about me. But what I love most about you is who you are as a person. I love how inherently caring you are. I love how much you love your friends and family, who have become not just yours, but ours. I love how you're such a goofy goober, always always ready to make me laugh and bring joy into my life. This wedding is grand, but when you strip it back, it's just about me and you.
Now, why Groomzilla is getting a lot of attention today, ultimately the reason I'm here is because of Kenny P, my sister. But I guess she's not Kenny P anymore, is she? She's Kenny K.
Kendall, I'll never forget you as a baby stroking my eyebrow for comfort.
And as she grew up, I'll never forget you as a young, adult, competent, accomplished, and a successful woman.
Kendall, pretty much since the day I first met you, you've been one of my favourite people on this planet. Your humour, kindness, Doctor Strange impressions, everything about you just makes you so fun to be around and makes you the perfect match for my best mate.
I could only ever ask for Kendall's right guy to love her as much as I do.
Kendall, we love you from the bottom of our hearts and we welcome you to our family.
And now we're so proud of you on your wedding day.
Now, I know I meant to make new promises to you today for our future lives together. However, there's only one promise that I'm going to make. And it's the same promise I made by your hospital bedside over 3 years ago. Because I think it's done me pretty good so far. That promise was, and still is, to give you the best life I can. A life filled with that same hysterical laughter you make when I replace lyrics of songs with nonsensical words. Yeah. Bingo, got that one. A life filled with those same happy feelings that I get when I watch you mother our first son, Banjo. A lifetime filled with that same joy that you bring to so many people that are gathered here with us today. And for just being the person that you are. Put simply, a lifetime of laughter, happiness, and joy. Because to my mind, there is no one more deserving of such a life than you. I love you, Kendall Polgett.
Now there will be no loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two persons. There's only one life before you. May beauty surround you both in the journey ahead and through all the years. May happiness be your companion, and your days together be good and long upon this earth.
May your love flow like the Murrumbidgee. May your love soar like the bald eagle. And may it be as spicy as a Vindaloo. Tequila and Kendall.